So all my crab loving friends, it's okay. Eat that crab leg. Hi guys, it's Nae and I am back with another diary entry. I believe this is number 5. Again, I will have my phone on me because I can't remember a lot of things these days. I will be snacking a little because I'm hungry and I'm sick and tired of fruits and veggies, and at one point you just want a real snack. So I love hot Cheetos. Okay, so we did find out what the gender is a couple days ago, so stay tuned to the end and hopefully I will not spoil it throughout this video. But yeah, if you want to find out what the gender is of my baby, stay tuned. I am taking prenatal vitamins. Clearly that is something that you should take either if you're planning on having a baby or basically once you find out you're pregnant, because the baby will suck out a lot of vitamins and minerals from you, and it's best that you overplenish your body with them so that your womb has enough vitamins and minerals for the baby to be able to develop properly. The reason why I mentioned that is because I actually started trying one. Well, I can't say I started. Basically, the day after I found out I was pregnant, I went to the store and got prenatal vitamins. I typically don't take vitamins because I don't like taking them, because you're basically paying for your urine to come out yellow. You're basically paying to just take in vitamins, and like your body isn't going to fully absorb them, and you just piss away all the money that you just spent. So I did buy one from the store just to at least start taking a prenatal, because it is necessary for you to have them. But I did stumble upon this one called Ritual. So I've been looking into Ritual for a while. They have regular vitamins for women. So I basically have always wanted to try them because apparently they're supposed to be way better than regular vitamin pills, because I believe all the vitamins, they keep them in their natural state so that your body can actually absorb them. I'm not going to go too much into that. You can go on their website and look at it. But basically, I went onto their website and I was like, you know what? It'd be great if they had a prenatal vitamin, because I would rather pay the $30 for something that's actually going to work rather than going to the grocery store and picking up vitamins that are just going to pass right through me. So it turns out they do carry a prenatal vitamin. I believe the inside is a different shape than the regular vitamins. The regular vitamins have like these little balls inside of them, whereas the prenatal looks like it has like a miniature pill within the pill. Personally, I like it. I've basically been on it for the past, this is my 3rd bottle, so I want to say 2.5 months almost I've been on it. The only difference I can tell you that I've noticed is that my pee isn't neon yellow. Even if I don't drink too much water, it's not that yellow color that you get when you take vitamins, and you guys know what the fuck I'm talking about if you've ever taken vitamins and used the bathroom the next day. Does make me feel good because it's at least my body telling me that the vitamins are actually being absorbed by my body and I'm not just wasting my $35 every month. So there's that. So I really like this. So since I'm having such a good time using this prenatal, I'm most likely going to stick to it and also use their multivitamins for women. So I am also on vitamin D supplements per my doctor because my vitamin D was very low. But that was really the only vitamin that they were like, yeah, you need to step that up a little. This does have vitamin D in it, but to be honest, I don't drink milk. I don't take any type of vitamin D supplement whatsoever. So it made sense that my vitamin D was low because I don't go out of my way to take it. So yeah. And I'm also on a probiotic. It doesn't really matter which ones you want to get. So far, from what I've seen, probiotics work. It basically just helps with your digestive system, as well as it helps clean out your female parts. those are the 3 things that I'm currently on. So far, I don't really need anything else. So those are the 3 things that I'm basically taking every single day. So take your prenatals. Okay, so in my last video, I did want to talk about a maternity pillow. I did actually mention it, but somehow the footage disappeared. I'm not sure how. I might have just gone over my 12-minute timestamp limit and the camera didn't record it. So yeah, maternity pillow, absolutely wonderful. I want to say I bought mine within the first, like midway through the first week of being in quarantine. I bought it because there was a lot of talk about Amazon not being able to deliver a lot of things, or not being able to deliver, but they were picking and choosing what were essentials. Just in case a maternity pillow wasn't considered an essential, I wanted to have it before shit went down, because at that point sleeping was kind of getting uncomfortable. My stomach wasn't that big yet. Actually, it wasn't really big at all, to be honest, but just subconsciously it kind of just wasn't comfortable sleeping on my stomach anymore. And I tried using just like the regular pillows in my house to brace myself. I don't have that many. I really only had one extra pillow, and it didn't do much at all, and it kind of made things awkward. Not that maternity pillows don't make it awkward, because like now I can't snuggle or cuddle like at all, so it kind of gets in the way of that. But the one that I do have, so there's usually one that's like a rectangle. I got one that's shaped like a C. It's multifunctional, so it's not just a maternity pillow. I can also use it to sit up if I want to and work, and or breastfeed the baby when the baby comes. So that does knock off one extra item off of my baby wish list. So yeah, now I don't really have to worry about getting a nursing pillow. I have a maternity pillow that I can use for it as well. And it basically just makes sleeping more comfortable. It forces you to stay on your side so that you don't flop over onto your back, because as your stomach does get bigger, it is not good for you or the baby for you to be laying on your back, because all the weight is basically sitting on all of your organs, and also pushing up on the baby. Best to not sleep on your back. It sucks, because that's actually one of my favorite positions. Sorry if you can hear Andre. He is currently playing video games, so you might hear yelling periodically throughout this thing. Sorry, not sorry. He has to do something. He's bored. So yeah, maternity pillow. Get one. It's so freaking worth it. You can't cuddle with your partner, but at least you'll sleep comfortably at night. Yeah. I am currently working from home. I am lucky enough that I have a job that I can actually still do at home instead of having to go to the office. I did kind of have to finesse not having to go to the office, because 50% to maybe a little more of my job entails actually building sets and being there with the photographer and, you know, finessing things, zhuzhing things. So yeah, I had to, wow, I lost my train of thought. So I had to finesse that a little so that I wouldn't have to physically go in, because at the beginning of this I was kind of fine. It was kind of like, you know, that's not that big of a deal. We wear masks. There aren't that many people in the studio. But then eventually it became difficult, because I don't have a car, so I'd have to constantly Uber back and forth to work. So that's just adding that much more people that I'm going to be coming into contact with, and I no longer felt comfortable going to work, because to be honest, the whole point of being on lockdown is that no one's going anywhere, and it kind of defeats the purpose if people are physically leaving their house to go to work, whether or not there's only a little amount of people around. At that point, it just didn't make sense to me, and it was just better for me, for my peace of mind, that I don't actually go anywhere. Yeah, basically I just stay home and I like work on concepts, and then sometimes I'll have things, someone will drop supplies off to me if I need to make anything, and or someone who is comfortable going to work goes in and helps make the pieces for me, and basically gets it ready for the photographer. So yeah, that's basically just, you know, what I've been doing, thank God, because like 8 weeks without a paycheck is not livable. Another thing I actually forgot to mention in my last video, and this was one of the reasons why this being pregnant at this time really sucks, is basically because I can't travel. So you're actually, I believe, able to travel up to 28 weeks. And then after that, your doctor's basically like, you probably shouldn't get on an airplane. But before then, it's perfectly fine. And so this amount of time, I would actually be able to go visit family that's not here. Basically go see Andre's family that's in Jamaica. His mom and everyone. Like, I'm carrying their first grandchild. So it would have been cool to be able to go see her. But at this point, we've kind of put a halt on all of our travel plans because I can't go anywhere. We can't go anywhere. And it's best if we don't travel. But it does kind of put a damper on things because there were a lot of people that I did want to go see. Like my aunt and my cousin in New York and my grandmother. So yeah, it does kind of suck. Like, you know, you can talk to them on the phone and everything, but it's just different being able to physically go and see everyone, and of course be pampered because like they're gonna shove food down your mouth and like take care of you, and I don't get to do that, which sucks. I'm really hoping that by the time this is over, I can travel to go see people, because this would really suck family wise. And to be honest, once this quarantine is over, I'm not planning on doing anything right away. I'm probably still gonna wear a mask out. Florida was really slacking. Well, the US in general, but Florida was very much slacking. It was probably one of the last states to actually fully quarantine. And then plus they were still bringing people in via like cruise ships and everything. I'm pretty sure I'm still gonna take all my precautions. It's like, just because they lifted the quarantine doesn't mean the virus went away. It's still here. It's probably just not as bad. I'm hoping that it is cleared up by the time before I can no longer travel. While I was editing, I realized that there is actually another reason why being pregnant right now absolutely sucks. So I was actually supposed to go to a BTS concert next month in May. Of course, the tour had to be canceled because of Rona. I'm already basically 4 months pregnant, and to be honest, with all the updates that we're getting on this virus and just the updates of how South Florida is doing, which is really not that great, especially because they just opened up the beaches for some godforsaken reason. I don't know when exactly. Brownie, can you not be rude? Thank you. So I'm not 100% sure when they're gonna actually be able to tour. This would have been their first time coming to Florida, which we've been practically begging for the longest. By the time they end up rescheduling the concert, I might be in the middle of giving birth or in the middle of nursing a newborn child. So that kind of sucks, because I was really excited to go to this, because this was probably the one concert, the one BTS concert that I wouldn't have to actually like pack up my bags, hop on an airplane, and like go to their concert. So yeah, this sucks. Hashtag cries in International Army. Pregnant International Army, actually, to be correct. This one's going to be a little more personal on the TMI sort of way. I guess more for men than for women, really, because I'm comfortable talking about my boobs. They're huge. I'm pretty sure I went up a whole cup size. No, I definitely did go up a whole cup size because I had to go bra shopping, because the ones I currently have hurt and they're too tight. But it's not just your boobs that change, it is actually your areolas as well as your nipples. I did have a nipple piercing. Again, when I found that I was pregnant, I had to take it out because you have to give it time to heal up before, you know, breastfeeding happens. And then I can only imagine keeping it in with everything that's happening with them. But basically, you are going to need to buy new bras, and I don't mean like just get the next size up either. You don't want to get anything with underwire. You basically want to walk around with bralettes, not sports bras, because they hug your boobs too much. My areolas are, I want to say, 4 times darker than what they were before I got pregnant, as well as there are these like little, what would you call them? Not nodules. Okay, so there's like little bumps on your areola surrounding your nipple. Those will also get a little bigger, and they will also get very, very sensitive, probably as sensitive as your nipples. And I learned that they basically secrete some kind of oil that's not anything that you can like notice, you know, like you're not gonna walk around with like oily nipples, but it basically secretes something, and it helps the baby breastfeed. Apparently, like, it helps the baby. I guess it gives us like an aroma so that the baby knows where the nipple is, so that when he wants to feed, he knows where to go. It also just helps the whole breastfeeding, them latching on process, which I thought was kind of cool. But can it not hurt? It's like period boob pain times, I don't want to give it too high of a number, maybe times 10, you know, maybe a little less than that. But to put it into perspective, I take a shower, and literally the water falling from the shower head hits my nipple, and it hurts. Like, I literally have to cover my boobs when I'm in the shower because it's that painful. Like, it's very uncomfortable. To be honest, I spend most of my time in the shower with my back towards the water so that I don't have to deal with the water hitting my boobs. Also, anything like brushing against it, certain materials, like I said with lace, if anything that could possibly rub on your nipple and that has any type of, what's the word I'm looking for? Texture. With any kind of texture is not comfortable. It's just like, you know, just keep that in mind when you're buying bras. You want to get something cotton, like cotton all the way through. Fuck cute. No one cares about cute anymore. I want my boobs to be comfortable. And then, of course, you do want to get sizes that are too big. You probably want your boobs swimming in your bra because it's just way more comfortable. Just a tip about your boobs: they're going to be a lot bigger. They're going to be way more sensitive. You're probably not going to want your man or woman anywhere near you, which you kind of get over, but at first it's like, it's a little, yeah, I can only imagine breastfeeding. You know, that's one thing that people do tell you is painful at first, and it's something that you get used to. But just because of the amount of sensitivity my boobs are giving me right now is like, do I have to breastfeed? I am planning on breastfeeding. I'll get over it. So, yeah, just a heads up on that. When your boobs start changing and you're like, why do they look like this? That's why. Yeah. I don't know why they get darker, though. That's something that I haven't found out why. I don't know. Whatever. Maybe for the baby to also find visually. Who the frack knows? Okay, so here's one thing that I'm super happy about because I very much am very big in this food group: seafood. So there's a misconception that you can't have seafood. It's not true. So all my crab loving friends, It's okay. Eat that crab leg as long as it's cooked. And who would eat a raw crab leg is beyond me. I don't know why Okay. Hi, I'm back. My computer battery died, so I had to wait for it to charge because it's the only one I have. So I pretty much had some mozzarella sticks, onion rings, an apple, watched a movie, and took a nap. I believe I started filming around like 1 o'clock. It is now like 6. So, hello, I'm back from practically the dead. Oh, where was I? You can't have anything raw, and you can't have anything that's high in mercury. I believe the limit is 12 ounces of seafood a week. If you have, like 6 ounces of fish, and then, the next 2 days you have 6 ounces of crab meat, crab cake, crab legs, whatever, you should not eat seafood for the rest of the week. I'll actually put up a little card here that I actually got from my obstetricianist. It was actually a really good list to have because it lets you know what types of fish you can have and their how high they are in mercury, and it kind of lets you know through the categories, like if you have this, you probably can't have anything from this category. So I believe there's a low mercury category, a medium, and a high. And the high you practically should just stay away from. And then the medium and low, it basically says, like, if you have anything from this category, you could probably only have this much of this category. So it's kind of it can be a little confusing because at first I wasn't 100% sure if it was like 12 ounces a month. Was it every time I ate seafood I could have 12 ounces of it? So I got that cleared up. It is probably best for you to have like a little calendar on your fridge, because I was trying to keep track of my fish or my seafood intake. And to be honest, it just kind of gets confusing after a while because you have to actually remember what you ate and when. So it's best to just have like a little makeshift calendar and, just write down I had this much fish on this day, and then it just helps you calculate, because after a while, especially in quarantine, you're just like, what week am I in? How much seafood have I had? Was it this week or was it last week that I ate that? Yeah. Once we get out of this quarantine, I'm going to rest again because I have been dying for Dungeness garlic crab. It is my favorite place to go for seafood. I usually do it once a year for my birthday. I actually didn't get to do it for my birthday this year or last year. I think I did go last year. I missed out on this year's, and then plus the quarantine happened, and I was really hoping that they were going to be on like Uber Eats or something, and sadly they were not because they were considered a beach restaurant, so the government shut them down. Well, the city government, whatever, they shut them down. So it's been a very sad time because I have really been dying for crab. And I'm pretty sure if you calculate how much meat is in a cluster of crab, I believe you can have 4 clusters of crab before you hit your 12-ounce mark. I would look it up because, to be honest, I don't trust my brain right now for how much the numbers are. But it was a pretty good amount because the bucket of crab that you get from Rustic Inn has, I believe, 4 to 6 clusters. And I'm pretty sure once we looked it up, I was just like, oh, I could at least eat half the bucket or a little more than half the bucket. So yeah, anybody who wants to eat seafood, go ahead and do it. Just, in moderation, and make sure it's not a high mercury seafood. So yeah. So I shaved for the first time since I found out I was pregnant. Just kidding. I'm pretty sure this is like the second time I've shaved since I found that I was pregnant. I typically don't shave a lot. I usually do it like maybe once or twice a month. But yeah, it was weird. It was kind of like, why am I shaving? One, we're in quarantine. Like, we're not going anywhere. who am I trying to impress? 2, I'm pregnant. I already have the end product. I mean, isn't that why we shave? To get pregnant? So I've been having like really weird dreams. I believe they started about a month and a half into being pregnant. And you know, on TV shows, they always talk about how, like, you know, pregnant women have really weird dreams. They have like sex dreams and all that. It's true so far as I've experienced. Now I know on a regular, we're always dreaming. We have weird dreams. We do have sex dreams. But the intensity of them and the frequency is absolutely ridiculous. My dreams have gotten to the point where they have plot points and there are plot twists. Like, it could basically be a B-list movie. That is how I'm dreaming. And it's always something really weird. I wish I could remember them. They're in the back of my mind, but I can't express them verbally, if that makes sense. But they're very strange. Just giving you a heads up that that is actually a thing, because I kept waking up like, what the fuck, every night. Oh, and good luck watching anything that is remotely emotional. It's gotten to the point where I've literally broken down crying, and I would still be crying after the movie was over. And it doesn't even have to be like a sad movie. It could be a happy one, you know? It's just something that pulls on your heartstrings. And it's like, I am the type of person that does easily cry when it comes to movies. There are just certain things and certain songs that I listen to that just like pull out that emotion, because I'm not 100% sure. Like, you know, whatever heartstring they were trying to pull, like, they pulled it. And I'll start crying. And it happens with music too. I believe I was in the car and I was listening to Celine Dion, and it was, what song was it? It was, I believe it was That's the Way It Is. And that song has always been like one of those songs that comes on for me, and I'm just like, oh. I legit cried. Like, cried my eyes out. I watched Storks, cried my eyes out at the end of it. I can't watch Harry Potter, the first one, because when Gryffindor wins the cup, and it was like their first time winning in God knows like how long, because they were losing to Slytherin, like, wept like a baby. If you don't feel like crying and being embarrassed by it, I suggest you don't watch any form of movies around anyone, and just don't listen to music, like, at all. Just walk around like a person who's dead inside. I know what I want to wear to my baby shower. Hopefully it's something I can actually wear because of my baby bump. Don't ask me how, I already know. I haven't even really started planning a baby shower. I've kind of started in my head up here. I haven't written anything down. Because, you know, it's going to be that time soon. I'm not 100% sure when people have baby showers, but you can kind of do it whenever you want. But, like, I would like to show off my baby bump at my baby shower. I'm totally wearing a crop top, okay? What else did you think I was going to do? But, yeah, I don't know. I didn't want to have one at first because, like I said previously, I don't really like being around people. I'm not that social. Like, you have to be people that I truly, truly want to hang out with for me to be all like, woo! But most of the time, I'm kind of like, stay home. But it's kind of like, that sucks, you know? It kind of takes out the whole experience of being pregnant to not have one. So, I probably am going to have one, but probably not the traditional get a venue or something, because I feel like that's a waste of money when you could just have it at someone's house. And of course, the more people that come, you'll probably get more gifts. So, I mean, win-win. You get to see my baby bump, you show up for free food, and you bring me a gift. Technically, the food's not free because you bought me something, but that's just the way it works here, okay? Anywho, so yeah, that's been going through my mind. It's also freaking me out because of this whole coronavirus thing. So, am I even going to be able to have a baby shower? Who the fuck knows? It's like she's taken all the decisions I could possibly make for my pregnancy. Completely. What am I supposed to do? Have a video baby shower? No. My doctor's appointments have officially turned into virtual doctor's appointments. I believe my next one is in a week and a half, maybe even less. I need to look at my calendar. I don't actually get to go in to see my doctor and have them like physically check me out anymore because of this whole epidemic that's happening. And it kind of sucks because this next visit was supposed to be another sonogram. I'm not going to get a sonogram, and I don't know when my next one is going to be. So yeah, there's that, which I think it's weird to have a virtual doctor's visit because like they can't take blood samples and urine samples and like make sure everything's okay. I'm kind of just like telling you everything's okay, but like what the fuck do I know? I'm not a goddamn doctor. So that's gonna be strange. So now we are at the end of the video, and if you have stayed here till this long, thank you very much. Thank you very much for watching. And I guess I'm finally going to tell you if the baby is going to be a boy or a girl. So I guess drumroll. It's a yeah, okay. Confetti. Yes, so we're actually having a baby girl, and I just noticed I'm actually wearing a pink top, so I guess I kind of sort of gave you a hint subconsciously. And to be honest, I didn't care what sex I got. I'm just happy to have a healthy baby. It's great for Andre because he actually did want a girl, so I guess it worked out for someone. So yeah, I don't know. I really don't know what else to say. Girl, yay. Baby, healthy, giving birth. Okay, I'm gonna stop now. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. I will be posting more video diary entries and other random videos that I have been holding onto in my back pocket for no reason, like the last $20 bills I have. Stay tuned for this one if you guys want more information on my pregnancy. Do you have any questions that you would like answered? Let me know. I'm not a doctor, but I can look it up or ask mine when I see her in my virtual visit. Yay, coronavirus. Girl!